Alright guys and girls, this is going to be episode 4 of my series of firsts, and this time I'm going to be reviewing the very first episode of WWF Smackdown, which was aired on the 26th of August 1999 if I remember correctly. The show started off the generic WWE way with the little WWE graphic that they put before every show, and then it had a little package which was documenting the recent history of the WWF title, basically between little feuds between Triple H, Austin, Rock and Foley, where Foley had won the title off Austin at the SummerSlam, then Triple H broke JR's arm, he injured Austin, etc, etc. And then after this little video package, it had the show's opening titles, which I was a massive fan of back then, and I'm even a bigger fan of now with the nostalgia factor looking back, because it really reminds me of my childhood, like the vibrant blues, and it was very fast-paced, like a fast-paced music package, and like good music, lots of footage of WWE action, lots of WWF guys on there. Then yeah, it was brilliant. Then it cuts to JR and King on commentary. Straight away, Triple H and China come out. They start cutting the promo. It's Triple H basically saying now he's so much better than everyone else. He's the WWF champion. He has proved time and time again that he's the game. Then The Rock comes out and he cuts a promo. He challenges Triple H for the title. It's an alright promo. He does the old stick of my $600 shirt and my $300 shoes, blah 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 blah. Then Commissioner Michaels comes out, like, and he's a face at this time, and I can't remember if it's true or not, but off my remembrance, he'd not been seen for a while on WWF TV at this time, so I'm thinking this was quite a surprise when he came out. So this is the first episode of SmackDown, and they really hitting it hard with having Triple H, current WWF champion, being the first one on screen, and then The Rock coming out, and then Shawn Michaels, the WWF legend. Jim Ross says he comes out as well. Yeah, basically HBK comes out and he says that he will book Triple H versus Rock for tonight's main event for the WWF title. Triple H is like angry at him, like he doesn't want to defend his title. Then Michael says like, you will defend your title and I'll be the guy to call it right down the middle. So, you know, the fans are going crazy for it. Yeah, The Rock's finally going to get his chance at Triple H in the title. Shawn Michaels is back, he's going to call it right down the middle, this is awesome. Then Shane McMahon comes out trying to spoil the party. Shane McMahon basically says that he is going to make himself the second guest referee. But Michaels is having none of that, and he says that tonight Shane will face Mick Foley, who Shane screwed out of the title chance, I think, the Raw previously. And then Foley comes out, and Foley cuts the best promo so far. He basically says that why doesn't he come down wearing his $3 shirt while the dozens and dozens of the fans shout Foley's name. You know, the old mimicking of The Rock. It was just so good. I wasn't a fan of Foley back then, but looking back at this, I have no idea why I wasn't, because he was so good. He was, in this promo, he was better than The Rock. Might be blasphemous to say to some people, because a lot of people are massive Rock fans, but in this, Foley owned everyone there. He was by far the best promo. So him and The Rock come out and they start beating on Triple H and Shane, but Triple H and Shane make a quick getaway when the Mean Street Posse come down, causing a distraction. So basically Foley and Rock lay them out. Then it cuts to JR and the King, and they basically give a quick recap of what's just happened, and then they say that match is going to be on tonight, and then they say that there's going to be a triple threat match for the tag team titles, as well as Chris Jericho make his in-ring debut for the WWF against the Roadogg. And like, this is something that they hype up all night long, but it's Jericho's debut. Next up we have Jeff Jarrett, who's the IC and European champ at this time, against Billy Gunn in a non-title match. before the match, it shows a little clip from Raw where Chyna and Billy Gunn are arguing, and Jarrett comes down to ringside and he smashes the guitar over Chyna's head, and Billy Gunn just runs out of the way, like doesn't try to protect it, just defends himself and runs away. Sort of a heelish act if you ask me, but you know, whatever. He was feuding with her at the time and she was seen as on level with the men, so why should he have to protect her, I suppose. Then we have the match, Jarrett Billy Gunn. It's an okay match, like the very first match in the history of Smackdown. It's, you know, there's nothing much I can really say about it. There's nothing really that stands out. And the match finishes when I believe it's one of Jarrett's associates. Let me just read my notes here. My video's just gone down. I'm sorry I had a video up, but right, Jeff Jarrett asks Miss Kitty to grab the guitar, but then Chyna comes down and grabs the guitar off her. And she goes to hit Miss Kitty with the guitar, but Miss Kitty ducks and Chyna hits Deborah by accident. Deborah goes down. Jeff Jarrett, seeing this, is distraught, and then Billy Gunn grabs a quick roll up, grabs a bit of the tights, I think, for the free. After this, Billy Gunn and Chyna get into it in the ring, basically saying like, oh, why, like, she was probably asking why he did what he did last week and not protect her. And then this bit made me laugh, where it probably seemed like garbage today, but I actually liked it. Like, looking back, while they're arguing, Billy Gunn just turns around, lowers his trunks a little bit, and basically says to Chyna, "Kiss my ass," and she, without missing a beat, drops to her knees and low blows him from behind and then walks out. Next, you've got Lillian Garcia interviewing Al Snow, and Al Snow is basically saying that he wants Pepper back. He's not a coward, so to speak, but he's really sympathetic and he's really like, please don't harm Pepper, please don't harm him. Next, you have a little glimpse of Howard Finkel polishing Jericho's boots. Jericho was obviously a heel at this time, and had a little stick going on between him and Howard Finkel. Finkel being his lackey sort of thing. He had it in WCW where Ralph was his lackey, so it's sort of a continuation of that. Then match 2 comes about. This is for the WWF Tag Team titles. It's Undertaker and the Big Show defending the belts against X-Pac and Kane and the Accolytes. Before I say anything about this match, I remember at the time X-Pac and Kane were my favourite tag team. I don't know why, but I was a massive fan of the tag team back then. I think it was because I was a bigger fan of X-Pac than Kane, to be honest. But yeah, I was a massive fan of the team, so watching this, it's a bit weird for me because I'm not too fond of them now. But before the match, I had a little clip of 3 weeks ago on Raw where they defeated the Accolytes for the titles, or maybe it was just the defense of the titles, I can't really remember. And then at SummerSlam, Big Show and Undertaker beat Kane and Pac for the titles, so this is like the first defense of them, I think. And then basically at the start of the match, Undertaker just goes and sits down at commentary, and he's basically like, nah, I'm not going to wrestle this match, it's going to be tough love, the Big Show can fight it himself. He needs to realise that in a monster within. There's lots of scrapping going on. The Accolytes pull Kane to the outside. X-Pac runs and drop kicks the Accolytes between the ropes, but he stays in the ring. Then Big Show grabs him by the scruff of the neck, lifts him up, chokes on him, pins him, and then goes out. Gets the 3, and then him and Undertaker walk off. Midway through the match, Undertaker gives Big Show a right slap for underperformance, it would seem, kayfabe wise, which is quite good. So yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to go to video 2. So make sure you tune to that.